So I'm a totally normal guy. I'm the normal one.
With the news coming in from Liverpool about his departure, Klopp leaving the club has no doubt shattered the hearts of every Red and made every other fan in the country feel slightly happier, as the man transformed Liverpool from the bang average side he took over in 2015 and restored them back to being the feared European powerhouse they once were. From comical moments to his monster mentality, his 8 years at Liverpool have been anything other than normal. His fans have also let know how they've taken the news, saying it's like losing a loved one, sharing their disbelief and praying it's all a joke. Klopp famously made his intent known upon his arrival, saying it's not important what people think when you come in, it's much more important what people think when you leave. After his service to the club, feel free to let us know in the comments what you think about him now, whether you love him or hate him. He integrated himself into the culture of the club by ensuring he knew each and every member of staff and got to know his players too. When he took over, it was normal for fans to leave early if the results didn't favor the home side, and this angered the German. The team itself just seemed complacent, not challenging for any trophies. In attempts to implement a winning mentality, he set to work. He made many changes, like introducing a long-standing ban on players touching the famous "This is Anfield" sign in the tunnel before the game, which was a normal occurrence for players for decades gone by. He told them this would be lifted once they deserved to touch it, by winning a trophy. And it's fair to say the ban didn't take too long to be abolished. He also understood the spirit of the club, which is its fans, and worked on forming a relationship with them, as many managers before him hadn't been able to capture their hearts. He let them know, we need to change from doubters to believers, and so his intentions were set. He knew he couldn't just ask for change, he had to make it, and so he did. Jurgen took over a side that wasn't up to his satisfaction and couldn't match the style of football he wanted to play. He introduced a German-style tactic called a gegenpressing, which physically demands a lot of players but allows the team to dominate the field and closer to the opposition's goal. To make this effective, he introduced new players to rejuvenate his side. Players like Firmino were given their chance to sign and developed into world-class players under this manager. Other players like Mane, Salah, Wijnaldum, Van Dijk, Robertson and Jota were introduced to match the tempo being encouraged, and they absolutely thrived. These players aren't the only ones who made an impact and developed under Klopp. He also allowed the youth to flourish with players like Elliott, Jones, Konsa, Ben Doak, Bobby Clark and Bradley all becoming regular faces on the pitch. Within the first 2 seasons, they had almost tasted silverware, ending as runners-up in the Europa League final and returning to Europe's main stage in the Champions League. From then on, they managed to get to the Champions League final in 2018, missing out on gold by losing to Real Madrid. Klopp took full responsibility and went again the next year. In the following campaign, Liverpool would finish second in the Premier League with 97 points. Such a total has never not been enough to win the title. In Europe, they would fare a lot better, but not easily. Klopp's men had made it to the semi-final and had been beaten 3-0 in the away leg by the formidable Barcelona. In the reverse fixture, the game was pretty much over before it had finished. Star players like Salah were out with injury, and so a weaker side had to be started. And in a long-missing Liverpool fashion, the comeback was on. With an early goal, a clever corner and one of the most famous substitutions ever, the Red Men conquered a fight back that rivaled that of their Champions League win in 2005. Credit to Klopp's mentality, he said, I told the boys before it was impossible, but because it's you boys, we have a chance. It's 10 past 10, the children are probably in bed. These boys are fucking unbelievable. I saw James Milner crying on the pitch afterwards. Find me if you want. It demonstrated the true belief and spirit that was back inside of the Red Men. After the game, you saw how much it meant with the team lined up at the famous Kop end singing, You'll Never Walk Alone. Many in tears, all arm in arm. A year later, Liverpool would follow up their victory, ending a 30-year top-flight title drought. The team remained unbeaten at home in the league for the 3rd season in a row and finished the season with 99 points, the club's record and the 2nd highest in English top-flight history after Manchester City's 100 points 2 years prior. Klopp's transformation was fully complete. He had taken a side from nothing to winning everything they could within the first 5 years as the boss. What he has been given a lot of credit for is the nature in which he had done it. He didn't have the financial backing to go and spend on already made world-class players. Instead, he had to manage and sculpt diamonds in the dirt into worthy legends of the game. His arch-rival and City boss Pep Guardiola said his departure is not just a loss for Liverpool, but a loss for City too, as they've been able to push each other to be better and make the league what it is today. He even joked that he'll sleep a little better knowing that Klopp isn't there. His achievements and turnaround at Liverpool will go down in history, as will he as one of the greatest managers to grace the league. But it's not just the results that speak for him, it's also the manner in which he's done it all. It's no secret he has had his fair share of funny moments, controversial moments, and wild celebrations. He openly speaks his mind on his team, himself, the opposition, even the weather, and of course, the officials. Like when he pulled his hamstring celebrating a last-minute winner in the face of the fourth official. His passion is palpable and even put him at risk of being out for a couple of weeks. Talking about last-minute winners, he was able to put the belief back into the fans that the game wasn't over until the final whistle, which made them stay until the very end to back the boys. Liverpool has scored more winning goals in the 90th minute or later than any other team in Premier League history, with 40% of them coming under Jurgen Klopp. He's also been a hit for the media, with interviews going viral like this.
Tonight it was really good, so we have to do it again, and if we can do this, we will have more points at the end of the season than now.
A boom every week.
Boom.
And ones like this too.
Why can everybody say the word, and if I say it, then it's not okay?
Which?
Brain fuck.
Oh, brain fog.
And even almost ended up in divorce when he lost his wedding ring on the pitch. That wasn't the only time he risked his marriage, when he referred to the translator's voice in her ear as erotic and asked for her to speak again. It wasn't just interviews that gained him notoriety, but also his wacky and wild celebrations. Aside from those hilarious moments that have won the hearts of footballing fans, he's also committed to the city, the people, and the fans. He's been a main face in giving back, like the team's yearly visit to local hospital for ill children Alderey, and reaching out to disadvantaged fans to give them memories they'll never forget. It's fair to say he's won the heart of the fans, with them even having a song for him, claiming how happy they are he's a Red. And they'd be crazy not to love him, as he's taken them from doubters to believers, celebrating all their wins with them and carrying the burden through the losses too. From finishing 8th in the league to conquering Europe and claiming every trophy he possibly could, Klopp is truly one of the greatest to ever do it, and will be a massive loss for Liverpool come the end of the season.